locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Phone. All right, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start the stream, and then we're gonna call the meeting to order, okay? And while we wait for others to come on. All right, just so you know, we are live on Facebook. And Martina, if you can share it again, I'd appreciate it. All right, and we're also recording. And so I'm going to get ready and call the meeting to order so we can get started. All right, good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, and we're having Global Humanity Network, Jamaica Hurricane Relief Fundraising meeting, and I'm calling the meeting to order. Can I get someone to second that?
I second.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. But before we get started, I'm going to ask Dr. Cecilia Lynch Mitchell to say a word of prayer for us. Cecilia, we're not hearing you.
Okay, guys, let us pray. As we come here for this special meeting today, may we take a moment to appreciate the effort each and every one of us has made to be here today. Let us be grateful for the commitment and presence of each person. Let's recognize the strength of our collective dedication and the difference we can make when we unite our strengths and our talents. Almighty God, grant us discernment, guide our decisions, allow us to see clearly the best paths forward and the most effective ways to address these huge issues that are before us at this time. Let our discussions tonight be productive and our actions align with our mission. As we work together, may our collaboration be successful and our desire to make a positive impact in the lives of many be strengthened. May the lives of the members of GHN, the donors to GHN, and the supporters of GHN be always fruitful. May we all thrive. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. Cecilia. That's exactly the word we needed to hear tonight. Thank you so much. All right, so good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson. I'm the president of Global Humanity Network. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our headquarters is here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am pleased to welcome you all to this, what I call a critical fundraising event or meeting. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Your presence here signifies your commitment to making a difference in the lives of countless individuals and communities we strive to support, even people that you don't know. Our organization, just a little bit about our organization. It was founded in January 2022 on the belief that every human deserves dignity, opportunity, and hope. Over the past 2 years, we have achieved remarkable milestones, thanks to the generosity and support of individuals like you. Your contributions have made these achievements possible, and we couldn't be any prouder. Tonight, we come together to take significant steps forward in our vision to promote humanity in underserved communities globally and to achieve our mission to improve residents' living conditions by rallying individuals, families, and businesses locally to step forward and act for betterment. Your contributions tonight will directly impact GHN Jamaica Hurricane Relief Initiative by providing essential resources to individuals impacted by Hurricane Barry. Your support is not just appreciated, it is crucial. Together, we can amplify our impact and continue to transform lives. As we embark on this evening's meeting tonight, I encourage you to reflect on the power of collective action and the incredible change we can bring about when we unite for a common cause. Thank you once again for your unwavering support and generosity. Let us make tonight a memorable and impactful evening. I will now ask our directors to introduce themselves. And I will begin with our vice president. I hope she's online. I saw her, she's actually in Jamaica. Miss Donna Thompson, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. My name is Donna Thompson. I am the Vice President of Global Humanity Network. And welcome all. Thank you for joining us. And we hope that we'll have a successful evening.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll now move it to Mrs. Grace Lang. Can you introduce yourself? And again, we want to keep this under 2 minutes, the introduction.
Hello, I am Grace Langmore, and I am the co-chair of this organization. Well, I would just add one more word. I'm the proud co-chair of this organization. And I do hope that tonight will make me even more proud by the various donations that we'll be generating tonight.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Grace. Now we'll move it to Dr. Cecilia Lynch-Mitchell.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cecilia Lynch-Mitchell. I am one of the directors here at GHN. I am also the committee chair of the GHN Mentoring Matters program. And I'm looking forward to having a great event this evening and looking forward to everyone participating and helping GHN support its mission.
Thank you, Dr. Cecilia. Let's ask Mr. Garfield McCook.
Yeah, good night, everyone, and welcome. I'm glad to be a part of this great movement and organization led by none other than Dr. Lax and Donna. I'm the chair of the Infrastructure Improvement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's ask Mrs. Martina Davis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Martina Davis. I'm the chair of the social media committee, and welcome to our hurricane relief project. We're hoping that you'll be able to join us while we assist those that are in need in this time.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have Mr. Ryan Keaton. Is he on?
Yes, I'm here, Alex. My name is Ryan Keaton, one of the directors of GHN. I'm grateful to be a part of a wonderful organization, and I'm happy to see other persons that have taken their time out of their lives to be a part of this organization to do good for persons that are vulnerable. Actually the point person in Jamaica at the moment, and looking forward to a progressive meeting. Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Arthur Hines.
Yes, my name is Art Hines. I'm an honorary Jamaican. I have full alignment with the mission of GHN. I believe in what it's doing. I plan to participate fully with the relief of the Jamaican hurricane relief that we're here for tonight. And I just look forward to it.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. And a quick reminder, please share this broadcast on your social media platform, on your Facebook platform. It's live on Facebook, so please share. Let's ask Mr. Earl Satahu.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's a pleasure to participate in this meeting. I've been absent for a while. Circumstances beyond my control, some of, but I could not miss this event because I was actually in Jamaica when the hurricane took place. So I have seen some of the devastation, and I'd be happy to chip in to see how best we can meet the immediate needs of the people who are at risk at this moment.
Thank you, Mr. Sadahu, and there are some needs. Ms. Andrea McIntosh, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea McIntosh. I'm a treasurer for GHN. I am very glad to be here tonight and to be a part of GHN, and I look forward to what we're going to be doing towards the Jamaica Hurricane Initiative.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm not seeing Dr. Davidson. Is he online? Can anyone tell if you're online, Dr. Davidson? Can you introduce yourself?
I'm not seeing him, but there's someone trying to connect. I'm not sure who it is.
All right, it's not him. It's Miranda. So we'll keep it moving. He will show up at some point. All right. So, we have some special guests on tonight, and this meeting is about them as well as it's about us. So we want to welcome all of them. So let's give them a big welcome, directors. Let's give our guests a big, big welcome. Come on, let's give it up. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, right? So again, tonight we have some important business to discuss. I see we have a couple of individuals from Jamaica who are in the impacted area, and we're going to ask them to speak shortly. And one of them is trying to connect, so of course we can't go to them right now until they're able to connect. But before we
I'm here, Doc. I'm here.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to give, because I know she can't stay on the call for too long, I'm going to give Miss Miranda a chance to just tell us what is happening in Jamaica. And Miranda, we need to see you as you're talking. Can you come on and talk to us? Tell us about what's going on in Jamaica.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all the members of this wonderful organization. I am grateful to be a participant. I'm grateful to be able to share. And thank you again, Dr. Laxley. Every time I come here, it seems that I'm begging, but I hope you know that it's because I trust the work that you have been doing and your team. And I'm very grateful for all the support that you have given me in St. Elizabeth and the team and the work that you've been doing in Jamaica. So I want to congratulate the team firstly. As you know, I'm a part of the community. I live in Treasure Beach, which was one of the major hit areas. Hurricane Beryl destroyed many homes in my community, especially the southern belt, including my dad's home, my uncle's home, so many family members and so many friends and relatives. You would literally have to be there to see the devastation. And we've been trying our best with the support of local organizations. I've been getting some support. 1 second. I've been getting reports. Okay, forgive me. I am in a location that is going to be very busy, so I am trying my best to get the information out. As I told Doc, we have something coming up at 7. So I was sharing that many of the homes have been destroyed. Many of the persons, we have been securing food packages, we've been delivering care packages and water to the victims of Hurricane Beryl. The areas that we've been focusing on are Treasure Beach, Pedro Plains, Little Park, Flaggerman, Slipe, Vineyard, Parity. A lot of fishing villages were majorly impacted. And right now we're in the recovery stage where many of them are trying to pick up the pieces. Unfortunately, we haven't been getting access to many of the things that you would think we should be getting, but that's majorly because we have no connection. I have to travel maybe about half an hour every day to the nearest town to get a phone call out. Currently, I'm in Montego Bay, but I'm here for other reasons. But I go. What I have been doing is we have no electricity in Treasure Beach. We have no electricity in major towns, but the closest area that we have. Forgive me, team. I'm trying to speak above the microphone that is in my ear, but what is happening is that we've been inundated, and that's major. That is a major difficulty because we have no electricity, and the likelihood of those areas getting electricity now is going to be maybe in another month or so, maybe less. But one of the biggest challenge we have is water, trucking water to communities, and bottled water, which is drinking water, to the communities, which is the primary focus that my team and we've been focusing on. We are not in a position to repair roofs at the moment. We're not in a position to provide housing, but what we are able to do is to provide food, and we're able to provide water. So that is the priority needs at the moment for many of the residents. My battery service is even going down. Can you imagine? And I'm in a town. But what I'm asking the members to consider is when you are going through a crisis, I would hope that the immediate needs are taken care of. And that is why I'm making an appeal for water to be trucked, or water to be provided for the residents in these towns, in these communities, because that seems to be the cry of many of the people. I have shared a few videos, I've shared a few pictures of some of the conditions that we currently are facing in those areas. And I just hope that, you know, as we try to pick up the pieces, as we try to get everybody together to focus on what is important, which are the people, who are the people impacted, we would hope that we can get any additional support needed. Doc, are you able to hear me? Sorry.
We can hear you. We can hear you. And we understand. Miranda is attending a meeting, an emergency meeting to deal with this very issue in Jamaica right now. So she's taking time away from that meeting to come and talk to us. And that's why it's so difficult for her to communicate, because there's a lot going on behind her. Okay, Miranda, if you can continue.
I just got caught. Yeah.
I am connecting, I'm using the earphones. But what I wanted to share too, I know this organization has been very critical in getting a lot of primary schools, support and assistance. And I know I had shared the local primary school, Pedro Plains, and the devastation that Hurricane Beryl wreaked on the school compound. That is just one such location. Hurricane Beryl destroyed almost 50% of the school's infrastructure in that area, which is inclusive of Mountainside Primary School. Maybe 5 schools Hurricane Beryl wreaked havoc on. And the 2 major health clinics, which is the one in Newell, which is the women's clinic, which takes care of neonatal care and women who are pregnant. And I don't know what the government's long-term plan is in terms of these institutions, but we know that it is going to be it's going to be hard for schools in those areas to be ready for September, and especially the clinics to be up and running to provide health care for the residents. So many of them have had to go as far as Black River to get your medical.
All right, so obviously she's having some difficulties there, but I think we're receiving the message. We understanding that there's many challenges, not just in schools, and it's in communities all around. So everyone is experiencing challenges there. But so what I would like to do now is, at GHN, the way we approach handling situations like these, we have 3 programs. And I'm going to ask Dr. Cecilia Lynch to just give a quick overview of the mentoring program. We're just going to touch on that for about 2 minutes. And just so our guests and others watching out there know a little bit about GHN and what we do here. And before we go into the relief, the main business tonight, I just want to share that piece of information. So Dr. Cecilia, can you talk for 2 minutes about the mentoring program?
Okay, so guys, our mentoring program, keeping in line with the fact that GHN believe in a transformative feature. So we had implemented our Mentoring Matters program. Our Mentoring Matters program is dedicated to providing young individuals with the guidance, support, inspiration, and different aspects of social, emotional functioning that they need to be able to perform their daily lives, in their daily lives. Mentoring is a very impactful process, and because of that, we made sure that we employed the assistance of a mentoring consultant from the National Resource Center. So what we do, we use evidence-based practice in our mentoring program, and we follow the gold standards of mentoring. Our mentors, they're responsible for building a positive and trusting relationship with the mentee. They meet virtually with the mentee for at least 1 hour weekly. And during the mentorship process, they provide guidance and encouragement, support in academics, and personal development. In order to become a mentor, there's a process that needs to be followed. We have an application process followed by an interview, background check, training, and then we proceed to match a mentor with a mentee. We are currently accepting mentees who are children ages 8 through 22, and our mentors all they have to do is really want to do this and be able to give that hour a week and have a clean background. We're actively seeking passionate individuals to join as mentors. So if there's anyone on here tonight who would like to be a part of our mentoring program, you can let me know. You can let me know in the chat tonight, and I will get your information and we can proceed for you to become a mentor. So that's where we are with our mentoring program right now. We already have several mentors and mentees matched, and come the beginning of the school year, because our program is aligned with the school year, we will have the active mentorship interactions begin. So that's an overview of our mentoring program at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Cecilia. Check your, is the distortion still coming through? Can you guys hear me? Is distortion still coming through?
It's clear when you're talking.
It's clear.
Yeah, Cecilia, I think it's on your end. There's some distortion coming on your, so check on that, please. All right, let's ask, Mr. McCook, can you talk a little bit about our infrastructure improvement program?
Okay, hold on 1 second. I didn't know I was up next. Okay, I guess I'm not following. Okay, yes, so again, let me see what I can share with you guys. I'm gonna share a little video with you guys so you can see the before and after. What we did. This is the bathroom before we did any renovation. See how it was in a deplorable state or condition, inhumane to an extent. But GHN was able to go through and make renovations. So you will see in a minute or two the changes that were made. What a wonderful job it is when we can give back and help those who really need help. So see exactly what's going on here. These are all pictures before, and then I'm going to show you the afterwards. Let's see, look at you're going to see the difference. And what a difference. These are the same rooms. I'm sure you can't believe these are the same rooms we just saw before. But through the network, we were able to do renovations, and that seems like somewhere someone can really, it seems habitable, for the want of a better word. So again, kudos to what we do. This is what all that fundraising we do and all where the funds go. So we can always show the world the before and after to say that anything contributed is going to a worthy cause. So let me give you a gist. I'm just going to play a little more, and then I'm just going to give you a breakdown of what actually. So okay, so I guess you have gotten the picture, the gist of the befores and afters. So let me start this here now, and let me go back. So basically, we renovated the Little London High School male students' bathroom for a tune of $10,000. We also renovated the Little London High School physical education building to a tune of $25,000. Funds, some things we, instead of renovating and doing it, actually we sourced, these were sourced. So we send the funds for these things to be done. So source funds to install 30 industrial ceiling fans at Mount Airy All-Age School in Westmoreland, to the tune of $2,000. And again, funds were sourced to provide, to install the pipeline infrastructure, to provide running water, which is something that every human being needs. If you have stagnant water or no water, then that's you're prone to infections or diseases. So we're able to install the pipeline infrastructure to provide running water to New Wine Elementary School in Portland, Jamaica. So if you realize it's not just Little London, which was our initial goal, we start spreading our wings because we have seen that there's a need for other schools to benefit from the good work we do. So again, We need your contributions, and we are impressing on you to join this worthy cause, and let's make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCook. Is Donna online? Because I know she is in Jamaica and she's dealing with a situation here. Donna, are you online if you are?
She's at the hospital now.
Okay. Grace, I'm going to ask you to talk about the Helping Hands initiative, and I'm going to play a video as well so you can talk through it, okay?
Okay. Yes, hi. So I'm Grace Langmore, and I am an integral part of the Helping Hands committee. We have done, I mean, when we first started, it seemed like an almost insurmountable task because the need was so great. There were so many things that needed to be done. There were so many people who needed food in Jamaica, believe it or not. So our first time in Jamaica, we got 5 barrels and we sent them down and we packed it out for the schools. But then we realized that was literally a drop in the bucket. So we went back the following year and we provided, I think we took down 13 barrels and a huge box, which is probably equivalent to a barrel of food. And most of this stuff was things that was totally necessary. We sourced some of the rice in Jamaica. We sourced some flour in Jamaica, but we also brought in a lot of stuff that that was necessary to help families to feed their children, to help families to even have a couple meals here and there. But of course, we're not able to supply them long term, but they were very grateful for what we were able to supply. One of an incredible part of the initiative was to donate sanitary napkins for the girls. And I'll tell you, we didn't think about that initially, but we were speaking with the guidance counselor who told us of the great need for this product in Jamaica and how many girls, believe it or not, would come to the school. And when they get to the school, that's when they would ask for the necessary item. So we decided that this was indeed a need that had to be had to be filled, if even temporary. So we spoke, and our secretary, Miss Martina Davis, she sourced thousands of sanitary napkins for these girls, and we're able to give them a pack, some packs of 36. Some packs of 12, 2 packs of 30, etc. And they all got. And I would say that this was a light on their faces. This was a light on their faces because this is something that the girls, of course, they needed food, but this was a necessity, something that they needed. So the Helping Hands initiative has done an incredible amount of work, and not only in Little London High School, but we have done work elsewhere. And we are proud of the work that we do. And we continue to give back because that's what we do. We give back to marginalized community. We do as much as we possibly can. And of course, with your donations, because we cannot do it without you. Without your help, we kind of become a little stagnant, to be honest with you. So we do need your help. In a little while, I'll make my little pitch when I talk about my own personal fundraising experience. Thank you.
And I want to add to what Grace is saying, because we recently had a walkathon, and from the proceeds raised from that walkathon, we are going to be donating or giving 4 schools a black tank. Again, it's about water, right? And St. Paul's Primary will be one of the recipients. Little London Infant School will be one. Retreat ECI and Moreland Hill Primary. So we will be donating things. So what's the size of the tanks again, guys? The one recall? The black tank?
Not sure.
Okay, so we'll be, Cecilia, you should know what size is that tank that will be donating?
They're probably 500 or 600 gallons.
Yes, I think that's what it is, 500. Yeah, so we'll be making that donation. So that's a big deal. Now we're having a meeting to raise funds for this hurricane thing that happened in Jamaica, right? The Jamaican Hurricane Relief Initiative. That's what we're having tonight. So if you feel that you would like to make a donation, we would be very happy and pleased about that. You can make your donation via PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App. Can someone post that in the chat? The Zelle and PayPal and the chat, and we want to keep reminding anyone who's listening on Facebook, watching us on Facebook, or in this group here online.
Last night?
Please feel free to donate. If you're not speaking and directed to us, please mute your phone if you're not talking, because you're coming through. Some of you are coming through. So we ask that you mute your phone. Thank you. Thank you. Please mute your phone.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 minute.
You might have to mute them.
Yeah, let's give it. Yeah, I understand that. So we will do that, right? All right. So now, again, this is a fundraising meeting. So, Grace, can you define what fundraising is all about at GHN for us?
Well, define, I will try. As many of you probably know, I am the co-chair of the fundraising here at GHN. And I start off by saying it's an honor for me. I do consider it an honor, and it's an opportunity for me to do what I think I do best. As many of you are aware, fundraising is the lifeblood of a nonprofit organization. We can't do anything without it, or we can do very little without it. And I just want to stress something that is super important to me. And that is, at GHN, we have little or no administrative cost. If you were to look at other nonprofit organizations, you will see where they had to spend 20% for this, or 10% for that, or even 30%, sometimes 35%. And that money goes directly to administrative costs, does not go to the particular initiative. So if you were to donate $30 to a particular and I know these organizations, and maybe $20 out of the $30 actually go towards that particular initiative for which it's given. But here at GHN, I think it's only twice that we incurred a small administrative cost, and that was to wire some money to go to Jamaica. And if I remember, Dr. Locks could have been $45.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Each time we wire, yeah.
Yeah, so out of tens of thousands of dollars that we even were able to fund our initiatives with, the first year and the second year, I would say 95, 96, 97% went directly to the particular initiative. So you know where your money is going. So that even makes me a little more proud, knowing that just about every penny goes towards helping those people that we set out to help. So here at GHN, we of course secure funds for all our initiatives. And I would say all of our initiatives go towards marginalized people. And marginalized people suffer a lot in various ways. But here at GHN, we try to ease the suffering in as many ways as we can. And we can't heal the world, but we can do a little bit at a time. We can do what we can do a little at a time. We continue to be blessed, to bless others. We see in Jamaica now, people who are already struggling. I mean, the struggle even continues. The struggle is just made worse by the hurricane. And Hurricane Beryl seemed to put a stamp on it for many people. So tonight we are here asking you to dig into your pockets and see what we can do. What can we do for those people who are less fortunate? Sometimes you have a couple of dollars you might want to give. You might not even sure of which organization to give it to. But tonight I can tell you that GHN is one such organization that you can do, that you can donate to, because we make your money work. what we call in Jamaica, we stretch your money. We make your money stretch. We don't just make it work, we stretch your money. And as my pastor used to say, don't give until it hurts. Give until it feels good. So tonight, I'm asking you to give until it feels good. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. And again, the objective of tonight's meeting is to secure funds to support GHN, Jamaica Hurricane Relief Initiative for South St. Elizabeth in Jamaica. And some of the areas affected, Flagaman, Gaylords, Pedro Plains, Pedro Cross, Little Park, Newell, Great Bay, Billy's Bay, and it continues. And some of the critical needs are water, food, and of course, houses are damaged. I'm going to show you a video of that so you can see some of the devastation. Bear with me as I get to the video here. Just give me a minute here. Let me work through this. Right, here we go. You can see there used to be a roof on that building in that school. That's the Pedro Plains School that Miranda talked about.
Wow.
So the video continues and it's more of the same. You know, I could show you more and you would say, wow, that's all you can really say at this stage, right? So is there a need? Yes, there's a need. Can we do something about it? Yes, we can. And that's why we're here tonight. So I just want to again express my gratitude to each of you for taking the time to join us tonight. As you can see, the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl has left the people of South St. Elizabeth in a dire and urgent crisis, right? You know, homes are in ruins, as you can see. Lives have been disrupted, you know, and the community is struggling to meet its basic needs. There's a major need for food and clean water. And those things are essential to many of us, right? We have those every day. So the situation is urgent. It's very urgent. And that's why we're here tonight, to ask you to do something. Do what you can. Do what you can. They need our help. They need our support. Your contribution, regardless of any amount, any size, can make a huge difference. It can mean the difference between a child having clean water, a family having food on their table. You know, another thing, without electricity, they can't keep meat. They can't. So they have to find it every day, right? Is it available? There's no refrigeration system. So that's a problem without electricity, right? So that even made the problem even bigger. So your generosity, right? It's a beacon of hope for those who desperately need it. You know, your support for us at GHN is not just a drop in the ocean. It can create a ripple effect, a wave of change for those in need. You know, and at Global Humanity Network, we believe in the power of community and the strength of human kindness. We know that together we can help South St. Elizabeth recover and rebuild. We can do our part, and that's why we're here tonight. We need to do our part. I'm requesting that you do your part. You know, please consider making a donation today. Right on this very platform, we ask that you make a donation today. And as we said before, donation can be made by PayPal, by Zelle, or Cash App. And I think, Martina, did we provide the link for that?
Yes, we did.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You know, and again, your support, no matter the size, will profoundly impact the lives of those in need. Again, I want to tell you, we are deeply grateful for your generosity and your compassion. Your willingness to come here tonight to help those in need is truly inspiring, and that is what GHN is all about. We know that with your help, we can make a difference in the lives of those affected by this disaster. And yes, it is a disaster indeed. I think now we're going to open this conversation to questions and answers. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask the team here, please do that.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That truck of water, Dr. Cecilia said it holds 500 gallons, or no, the tank does. But when we buy a truck load of water, how much does it cost?
From what I heard is that it's $100 or 12,000 Jamaican dollars for a truck of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe persons wishing to donate a truck of water can do so tonight. And those who would pool with someone else and do $50, and or even pool with some friends and do $20 each, and get a truckload of water into these devastated areas. I think that would be a great help towards what we're trying to accomplish. Just to let you know that my sister just called me and she zelled me $100 for a truck of water. So that's Donna Lang has zelled $100.
So please say thank you to Donna on behalf of the directors here at GHN for us.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
So
Donna.
like I said, some might not be able to do $100, some might be. Like I said, give until it feels good. But they could always pool. You know, if I give 20, someone else give 20. If I give 10 and 9 more people out there give $10, it means that we'll be able to get an additional truckload of water, which is, you know, just people can't survive without clean water, or can't survive well without clean water.
And again, water is one of the #1 issue they're having, the #1 problem. Clean water, right? Basic stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that simple.
Not so basic.
So basic. And interestingly, the problem was caused by a lot of water, right? A lot of water and wind. And
Right.
look at where it's ending up, right? So water is a big deal. I see Principal James is online, and he is in Jamaica, and maybe he can share something with us about the problem in Jamaica if he can hear us. And I know Ryan is also online, but he was attending a meeting. I'm not sure if he's back.
Lax, if Principal James don't come on, I'd like to say something.
Certainly. Go
May
ahead,
I?
Earl. Go ahead, Earl.
Okay, so as you know, we are very familiar with this trucking of water. We grew up with placing a drum out by the road, and the truck would come and fill the drum, and then we take the water inside. The tank that we're talking about, that Cecilia mentioned, that's a holding tank for the school. That's a completely different thing. So what we need to explore is trucks to deliver water to individual people, like we used to do it in our days. They drive around and you meet the truck with a 5-gallon container, you get a bucket of water or a 5-gallon. So that we need to find out if that is available. While I was down there during the hurricane, even the hotel where I stayed, they ran out of water, and they hired trucks to come in and fill up their tanks, because they have storage tanks. Because water shortage in Jamaica is very prolific. So the hotels, they make provision that they have storage, and they hire these trucks. These big trucks come and they pump the water into their storage tanks. So we have to find out if the trucks are available to go into these districts and deliver the water. It's not like there is a storage area where they could go and deposit 500 gallons of water. And people, if that is available, that's all the better.
It is available, Earl. I did talk to someone that is available, and
Nice.
it's also available for them to go to central locations as well in communities. And so
Right.
people can come to them as well to get the water. So that's another
Right.
option available.
Yes, because I remember when I was at Parish Council too, we used to have storage tanks distributed all over different districts, and we would send the truck there to go and fill those tanks. So if that's the case, then that we can look into that.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I just want to add that Dr. Davidson, founding director, Global Humanity Network, donated $1,000 to GHN and $1,000 to another island who was impacted by the hurricane, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So thank you, Dr. Davidson. You want to jump in and say something, because you weren't on earlier when we introduced the directors. Unmute.
I just want to introduce Dr. Kadrin Gill. He's the honorary consul for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and a friend of mine for over 30 years, and he's online. Wanted him to come on to have a look at what it is that we're doing. And then, as you know, St. Vincent and the Grenadines was impacted greatly as well. And not only that, but I'm the president for Caribbean Cricket Club of Los Angeles, and we're looking at what it is that we can do for the Caribbean. And so St. Vincent is one of the islands that we have chosen because Dr. Gill have been in the field in the Los Angeles community for over 40 years, and being the honorary consul of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we've decided to give him some donation as well. So whatever we can do, this is just a start, whatever we can do to help our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, as well as Jamaica, let us do it. My other part of the donation, I'll be talking to Mr. James in terms of what's happening at Little London High School. Because as you know, Little London High School is very special and dear to me. Jamaica as well. But I needed to do some more work at Little London. So when Mr. James come on, in terms of letting us know some of the problems, and also Dr. Gill. Let me introduce Dr. Gill, because he's St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hi, Dr. Gill.
Good afternoon to you, Dr. Davidson and Dr. Stephenson and all the others in the chat. I'm Dr. Kadrin Gill, Honorary Consul General of St. Vincent and Grenadines, and I'm a quintessential Caribbean man. Anything that has to do with the Caribbean, I am on board. unfortunately, we have the same burial has devastated the island of the multi-island nation of St. Vincent and Grenadines, especially one island. It's called Union Island. The whole island is homeless right now. So we are very grateful for whatever contribution that can be made to us. We'd be very delightful to have any type of help that we can have, you can muster. And I will send Dr. Davidson some links where we can send the funds, etc., etc. And we have a drop-off site, which would be at my building in Los Angeles, and you can drop off anything that you can donate. I have a list of things, Dr. Davidson, which I will send to you a link where you can have all the items that they're requiring on an immediate basis right now. So I will send you that, and you can blast it throughout your community. But we have the same situation, and my heart is there with Jamaica. And as I said before, Dr. Davidson and I, we are quintessential Caribbean men, and we like to help the best way we can. And we're looking forward for your assistance.
Thank you, Dr. Gill. Dr. Davis, thank you for your generous donation. We appreciate it, and it will go a long way to make a difference in St. Elizabeth. We really appreciate it. All right, so we need more, right? Do I see anything else in the chat? Any other commitment?
Brother Laxley.
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a contribution. I would like to make it through our fundraising chairperson, because I know she can make it stretch.
You need to explain that one.
What I will do, and I don't use the Zelle and the Facebook and that kind of thing, but I will get a check to you, or I would get it to. I would get it to you because I can get it to you tomorrow. But I would like to do $1,000.
Thank you, Sir Arthur Hines.
All right.
We honor you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
I see, is Principal James online? I think that's
yes, I am. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Principal
Yeah.
James, what I would like you to do is give us a first-hand account, seeing that you're on the scene, about, the hurricane and what you're seeing on the ground.
Okay, specifically to my geographical location, Westmoreland.
If you know anything about St. Elizabeth, tonight we're talking about St. Elizabeth because that's the area.
Okay,
Yeah.
St. Elizabeth has been hit hard. I think it's based on assessment, which is still ongoing. But wrapping up, it would have been the hardest hit parish that would have suffered the most in terms of agriculture, in terms of infrastructure, whether it relates to services or homes, so and public facilities, schools, etc. So there is certainly it's almost safe to say it's a disaster zone, based on the damages that have occurred there. So it's some major things. And by that I mean houses would have lost their entire roofs. Building damage would require total renovation in terms of roof as well as interior restoration, etc. So it's a major impact that the hurricane had on St. Elizabeth. Westmoreland, where I am, we would have seen damages, but nowhere near or compared to what St. Elizabeth has suffered. And when I say St. Elizabeth, the focus is really there. But adjoining parishes such as Clarendon and Manchester also was hit hard. Here in the West, we suffered, but it would have been in segmented ways. You have some heavy damages, particularly like say in Little Bay as a community located near the shore, while interior, the farmers would have suffered major losses and a few buildings would have suffered damages, including a few schools. But when we say devastation, the pictures and the images that you would have seen would have spoken to the magnitude of what St. Elizabeth had suffered. In other words, I don't think the help can be too much at this point. We just need to ensure it's channeled in the right direction and serve its purpose and achieve its objective.
And as always, that's the number one priority for us here at GHN, and that we will make sure it is the case. That is the and a question is, what if we can't Zelle or Cash App or any of those things? Now, and that is coming from Saya. So of course the money is going to be spent in Jamaica, and you're in Jamaica, Saya. So we'll find a way for you to make the donation in Jamaica. Okay, I hope that answers your question. We find a way for you to make that donation while you're in Jamaica. Say, are you online? Just want to make sure you're hearing me, because that was right.
I'm here.
So did you hear what I just said regarding if you can't?
And for others who would like to contribute, we can discuss how they can.
Right, and that's an important point, because while we're doing this here in the US, we're also expecting that those who can afford to make donations and are living in Jamaica to step up as well, because again, our mission is for individuals in the jurisdiction that we're operating in to do their part as well. So we expect that. And another important point I should make is, while we're having this kickoff tonight, there's tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. We want to run this for 5 days. All right, so this is just a start. We want to run this for 5 days. So what does that mean? It means that we need to be contacting our friends, our neighbors, people we don't know, and let's talk to them about what we're trying to achieve here. And Principal James said there are other locations as well that they're in need. They're in need of support. South St. Elizabeth is not the only impacted area. Yes, they hit the hardest. They're experiencing most difficulties right now. But let's see what we can do, right? While our priority is South St. Elizabeth, we can also look elsewhere as well. So another question is, what if people want to contribute food items? Well, that's another good question, because one of the things that we'll be doing is to use some of the monies to buy food. So that is welcomed as well, right? We have not established how we will receive the food yet, but that's something the directors we will be meeting. In fact, I'm going to ask the directors to stay behind after this meeting is over, so we can have a 5-minute discussion, some of the things, some of the questions and some of the concerns. Principal James raised a big one, making sure the money that we come up with is channeled to do what it's intended to do. And of course, that's a priority for us here. So that's something we need to look at. So we will work at establishing a collection area to collect food, a collection point to collect food, and all those wonderful things. Are there any other questions or comments?
Doc Ryan is on the line. Can Ryan share with us some of the
Well,
concern? Oh, he's a St. Elizabeth man.
Yeah, I called for him earlier. I saw he popped in and popped out.
Okay.
Yeah, I called for him earlier. So whenever he show up again, he's more than welcome to. We need to hear it because he actually is in South St. Elizabeth, so he can give us a first-hand account of what is going on there.
Dr. Stephenson, Dr. Davidson, I have
Yes,
a
sir.
little, yes, in reference to the assistant, what I find sometimes quite effective is sending money to the needy places so they can buy food and they can boost the economy. You have the monies there and boosting the economy of the country. I found that quite effective at times, just sending money there so the people can buy the food and be able to, to help the economy of the country. Any comments?
Yeah, we appreciate that's a good point, Dr.
Very
Gayo. That's exactly what we'll do. We're not going to ship anything. We're not going to invest money into and pay shippers to send food to Jamaica. So it's a good point. We'll buy the products in Jamaica that we're going to provide in Jamaica. So thank you for sharing that. I want to also say that thank you, Martina, for your generous donation. Martina made a generous donation. Martina, can I say the amount? Of $150. We really and truly appreciate you. We honor you. Thank you. With technology, as soon as it's made, it pop up on my phone. Ryan is back. We're going to get Ryan to give us a first-hand account of what is going on in St. Elizabeth. What are you seeing there, Ryan?
Total disaster. It's worse than the pictures are actually saying. Because while the pictures might be showing roofs are missing and all that, it's not actually showing what's lost for the people, livelihoods, such as the farming communities, persons that have bars that they operate, little shops that they sell food in. Most of these facilities are flattened. You talk about, the agriculture sector, which is the breadbasket for the country, is affected tremendously. Persons don't even know how they're gonna, start over with buying seeds and, fertilizers and the whole production line that they need to get back on their feet. So, as we're looking on the pictures of homes being lost, it's a lot more deeper than that, because while we might help in helping them to recover and putting back a roof over their head, there's the next problem is, where they're gonna find, meal to sustain themselves, in terms of what they, were used to doing. So, and you're talking about homes that have children, that are just left out in the cold to survive. The closest I've seen this in South St. Elizabeth is actually when Katrina was in Louisiana. Taking out the flooding of what took place, but the total devastation of the communities, in terms of Baton Rouge and all of them, that's the closest I've seen what's happening here. I've been through Gilbert, and it's really heart-rending just to see, the cry for food, the cry for water. We might not be getting all of that information out now because electricity is a problem and the cell towers are down. So that cry of persons that are, in communities that really would want to cry out are not able to do. They really don't have a voice now, because for me, I have to be traveling, several sections to just find a spot to get, some form of transmission, so it's really, 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 really terrible. And the coordination of stuff that is taking place there, you know, I know through GHN, you know, how we operate, we go to the most vulnerable. We really don't do it for photo ops. And this is what's happening with many organizations, especially the corporate communities. They, you know, tend to be focusing in one area only. And, you know, you're talking about repeat, you know, activities in that specific area, while you have a total neglect, you know, in other areas, you know. But it is actually worse than what we're seeing and hearing. Being on the ground, it's really difficult. What's good about coming from this is that the people that are there, they're very resilient. So, you know, you'll find a lot of them, you know, trying to pull together to console each other, you know, and the sharing of whatever one gets, they will share it with the other, because they know it's a mode of survival, you know, right now. But you know, I know any help that we get, we will make it to the best use and reach to the needs that are really out there. And you know, it's a lot. It's a lot for now.
It's a lot for now. Big problems, right? And with no electricity, how are people, what's the availability like to, if you have money to get food, to purchase food in the stores, in the shops?
That's the you know, that's the situation that I was explaining at hand in terms of livelihood. Because what you find, you know, seeing that this area is a large farming community, you don't have the establishments of grocery shops, so you'd probably find community persons will go out in other areas and buy goods and set up a little, you know, corner shop in the community, so that, you know, persons can walk, come, or, you know, drive by and, you know, purchase a one or two items, you know, to sustain that, you know, day-to-day living. Because that's how most of them function. You know, it's not like, you know, they have the ability to say, we're going to grocery shopping for the week and, you know, stock for the week. It's more, I do a day's job, I get it, I go buy the food for the day. So that is why it's so, you know, more critical and you know, more serious than, you know, what we're seeing in pictures and, you know, all of that. Because these shops are flat. When I say flat, I mean it's just the foundation that you look at, you know. It's just foundation. So goods and everything is totally gone.
So where would they have to go to purchase food items? Where? What's the closest location if we're to source food?
Santa Cruz and Black River.
For that area, it's actually Junction.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Junction is the location. And the stores are intact there. That's what I'm trying to determine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But
so that would be the,
could you are you saying where we would go to get the food, or where the people would go to get the food?
if we're providing sourcing food,
yes,
as one of our part of our relief effort,
yes,
where would our team go to purchase the food? Are you saying Junction?
Yeah, I mean we can get it. I mean we can get it from out of Kingston, wherever. I mean, in terms of transportation. Yeah,
that's what
wherever will give us, you know, according to grace, we stretch. So any company that will, you know, willing to partner with us to, if we buy a case of something, they will probably match it with another case, you know, to fulfill the needs. You know, I mean, we can work it that way also.
No, that's what will be necessary. And I see something in the chat. Sanitary napkins is a donation I would personally like to make. I've heard that this is a huge problem, and that's a huge problem in everyday situation. much less in an environment like we're operating in now. And Grace, you talk, you know, in your presentation, you talk about Helping Hands Initiative. You talk about what Martina provided before. Martina, is that still a possibility, or that was a one-off situation?
It's still a possibility. That's a
Possibility?
necessity. That's
Well,
not ever going to go away. So it's still a possibility.
it's still a possibility. Is that something we can look into? See
Of
what we
course.
can do about that? Because that is one item that is worth shipping. Because the amount,
Most definitely.
yeah.
Sorry,
So
I
let's
just want to say, sorry.
no, go ahead, Grace.
I just want to say that, and I'm saying it out there in the wide web out there, that when Martina came, she brought her van and it was like just packed from one end to the next of boxes and boxes of sanitary napkins. And she came back and there were bags. And I'm like, I didn't have enough space for it. I filled up a barrel, then another barrel, then another barrel, and it was just so much. So I was wondering, I said, Martina, what happened? Did these fall off the truck? You know, because it was just so many. And it was so, I mean, you had to be there. You had to be there to see how much it was appreciated by the women and the young girls in the school. And as a matter of fact, Laxley, I don't know if you remember, there was another young lady who worked with some disadvantaged girls in, I think it was in Hanover. And we were also able,
Hanover.
Hanover, yes, we're also able to give her some, so some of her girls could get also. So this was just, it was an amazing thing. You just had to say,
A repeat would be powerful, Martina. Before I say anything, Ryan, you know, when we receive money, we have to show gratitude, right? So let me jump in and say thank you, Miss Perrin. I hope I pronounce it right, Miss Sancia Perrin, for your donation of $100. We honor you. We appreciate you for that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, Doc.
Yes, sir.
What I'm hearing from Ryan here is food. Like food is of critical importance. So Ryan, if we're able to get a truckload of food, things that they need, how do you be able to bring it into the community? Yeah, and how do you do the distribution?
Well, presently, I've been doing some work with Miranda also, and we have distributed over 900 packages, you know, on that end. On my side, I've distributed about 700 already. So the logistics is basically, you know, getting them packaged, you know, and I go into the nooks and crannies. I really don't do it on a basis where, you know, this is where we're gonna be at, so people who need food come here. No, because what you find happening is persons who have gotten already will still turn up. So, you know, we actually do the logistics and go out in the field to these vulnerable areas, you know, persons that really, you know, don't even have the money to take a taxi to come out on the main to go look help, you know. So to package it and, you know, distribute it would not be a problem. The roads are clear also, so getting in vehicles in the area is okay also.
What is the population like of the not the entire whole South St. Elizabeth, but for example, the population of the poor and the needy?
You're talking about probably a community of over probably about 4,000. Yeah, about 4,000.
Are you accounting for Treasure Beach in that number?
No, Treasure Beach would be considered elite.
Because they're well supported, is my understanding. They're getting all the support. So we're not looking, again, to stay with our business model. We're looking for the people who are underserved or not receiving anything. So we want to be very mindful of that. Because that was that's what I heard. Treasure Beach is, everything is going to Treasure Beach. So
Treasure Beach,
we're
Great
staying
Bay,
out of Treasure Beach.
yeah, Great Bay, Treasure Beach, that old belt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get. I mean, it's like any organization that's where they head. They don't even know St. Elizabeth. They just come in and you'd hear they're asking you, "How can we get to Treasure Beach?
Treasure
How
Beach.
can we
Yeah.
get to Treasure
Yeah,
Beach?"
that's the
Yeah,
word. That's the word. So we're
yeah.
staying, so we all know we're staying out of Treasure Beach, and we're making that announcement. It's publicized. It's on Facebook. So we're
Yeah.
JHN is interested in staying with our vision and our mission. The
Yeah,
honest
and it will be endorsed by a lot of people also because persons that do get access like would go out and can get access to the internet or data services. I mean, they are complaining that, you know, this is where everybody's going. I mean, they just got a generator to pump water, and the purpose of the generator is to pump water to that specific area, you know, while the water got to pass several other communities, you know. It's really crazy on the ground, but it's doable.
So,
That's a good thing about it.
Okay. All right.
so for 4,000 care packages, what would be a budget like? That budget like?
The budget is relative because in the crisis here, you can put a full package together, or you can just have a rice and a tin of sardine, and persons are grateful. You know, compared to having cereal, juices, water, sardine, rice, flour, sugar, cornmeal. You know, I mean, it's hard to tell at this moment.
So a
It,
full
it, it,
package times 4,000.
it's
People, how much
just
is that? Full package.
it's something that we would have to put together and let
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
what happened is
Let's record those details after this meeting. Let's
yeah,
I think
we
that's a
can do
better
that.
approach. We'll stay away from those details. Very important as they are. That's something we'll work on
Yeah.
because that's critical. But that's where we will meet and have that conversation to build out everything. How we're gonna, implement, this whole initiative. Very important. Now, again, if you feel it within you to make a donation, we ask that you do. You can do so by Cash App or by Zelle or PayPal. And if a director is close to you or you know that director very well, you can also pass on the cash to the director, and the director will send it to us. And I just text if
Love.
something.
Sorry to interrupt you. I gotta change my hat again. Going back to the Red Cross. So, would you need any more information?
No, all right. Do your thing. We're good. Do your thing. We're getting ready to close out. We're getting ready to close out anyway. So, any other questions? Any questions?
Yeah, this is Dr. Gill. As far as logistics are concerned, we are Dr. Davidson and I on the West Coast, and in order to get things to the island, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is there any way that from a logistic point of view that you can advise us how to get, the items to St. Vincent? If you have a shipping company or that will be able to assist us in this process. Any ideas?
Dr. Gill, let's have that conversation offline.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I think we can better address that. Okay. We'll have that, and so we'll do some research on that here in Atlanta to see, or in Florida, Miami, to see how we can do. But let's have that conversation offline, and we'll see what we can do to assist in that area as well. Yeah, we'll definitely look into that. Anything else before we close out? All right. So again, I just want to express my gratitude to each of you for taking the time to join us tonight. This is a big, big problem, in Jamaica, and of course in St. Vincent, huge problem, and other areas in the Caribbean. The aftermath of Hurricane Beryl is just wreaking devastation. And we as Global Humanitarian Network, we have made a commitment, as you can see tonight, and we will give it our best shot. We'll do what we do best. And of course, we can only do so much, but we're gonna give it our all. So for the next 4 to 5 days, I'm asking the members of the directors of GHN and other members and anyone who's online tonight to go out there and share this information, share the need. Talk to them about what you experienced tonight. And no donation is too small. We receive and we accept any amount. Any amount you can donate, we will accept and we'll be thankful and grateful. And so will the people, the individuals in the impacted areas. They will be even more grateful and thankful. Again, we're not asking for ourselves. We're asking on behalf of people who are in need. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to approach your friends, your neighbors, and say, I need help. Because it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about those who are in need. And as you can see, what you saw tonight, there are enough people out there who are suffering. Just basic stuff, water and food, right? We're not even talking about shelter yet. And that is, because we got to get, we got to tackle the food and the water problem first. And then we'll see what is going to happen with the shelter piece. That's a whole different ballgame right there, as you can see. So again, thank you for coming on, and appreciate everyone on this platform and all those out there listening, because I know together we can make this happen. We will do our part, and our part will be good and well done. Again, so I'm going to call to move to adjourn the meeting. Can I get someone to second it? And
second.
Thank you so much. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you for attending. Thank you for attending. So I'm going to ask the directors to stay behind for a few minutes, and we'll have a quick chat.
Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose.